progressive. Not cookie cutter, not picture perfect, unexpected, but I'm worth it. Good exposure to this life. If that's what you like, explore your thoughts, stop acting scared. I can see you watching, let me take it there. Let me show you what it's like.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So this is my first makeup tutorial video. I decided to do this full-on glam makeup for literally no apparent reason. It is raining outside and I'm not going to be going anywhere, but it's my day off and I was like, yeah, why not? Might as well just do my full face makeup. So this was inspired actually by my background. I do love purple and
pink, but I guess I went for purple.
Oh, it seems like I just keep talking. So how about we just get started? So for my primer, I use the Master Prime by Face Studio Primer, and for my moisturizer, I like to use the Ultra Repair Cream Intense Hydration. First, I take a little bit of my moisturizer and dab it all over my face and massage it in. I really love this moisturizer. It makes my face feel hydrated all throughout the day. After moisturizing my face, I go on with the primer and apply mainly where I have unwanted texture. The great thing about this primer is that it helps smooth out my unwanted texture and helps my makeup apply a lot easier. After prepping my face, I go on with the Sephora Gel Serum Concealers to conceal and start highlighting my face using the shades Pecan Pie and Tayton. So as you may notice in this makeup look, I do not use any foundation. I basically use these concealers in replacement of foundation. First, I like to go in and use the orangey based concealer, Pecan Pie, and apply it where I have unwanted darkness, under my eyes, a little bit above my lips, and on my eyelids. Before I switch to the other concealer, I make sure that I blend the hell out of this concealer by pushing the product into my skin using my little wannabe beauty blender that I got from Walmart. After blending that in, I use the other concealer in the shade Tayton and start applying it in a highlighting method. I apply it on my cheekbones, brow bones, chin, a little bit on my nose, forehead, and on the sides of my lip. Of course, I go back in and grab my beauty sponge and blend very well so that there isn't any visible lines from the concealer to my skin. To set the concealers on my face, I like to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and this curved foundation brush from Sephora. I take in combo the lightest two shades from the highlight portion of the palette. This brush works amazing for setting my face. Its dense side allows me to really pack on the powder. So now is brow time. For my brows, I love to use powder. In this makeup look, I'm using a powder from a brand called Flower and an angled liner brush from Sephora. First, I outline the arch of my brow and use what's left on the brush to outline the front of my brow. Then I go in and fill in the sparse areas, mainly on my arch, and try to make my arch more round instead of its natural pointiness. As you notice, on the arch of my brow I go a little more heavy-handed, but when I move to the front of my brow I use lighter strokes so that the brow can fade in smoothly. Next, I take a flat eyeshadow brush from Sephora and the eyeshadow Tempera from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I sweep this eyeshadow from my eyelash line all the way up to my brow bone, and I repeat this step to my other eye, which I did off camera. Then I use the Stila Mind palette and grab the shade Understanding. I use it as my transition color. I work it through my crease, sweeping it side to side, but focusing mainly the color on the outer corner of my eye. I'm actually using the brush that comes in the Modern Renaissance palette, the fluffier side. It's a great brush for blending. Then I repeat this step to my other eye. I always like to go back and make sure that everything is nice and blended and even on both eyes. To make my next eyeshadow look extra vibrant and stay on better, I add a little bit of chapstick to my eyelids. The next palette that I go in with is a More Than Meets the Eye palette from Sephora and the shade 21. It's a very beautiful purple. I pack this color on with my pinky finger, right on top of where I just applied the chapstick. I dab the color on a couple times so that I can get its full vibrancy. Next, I grab a clean blending brush. This one here is from e.l.f. and I blend that purple shade into my crease shadow. Next, I grab the Steel in My palette again in the shade Imagination and use a small dense brush from Icing. I use this shade to deepen my crease, but again focusing most of the color on the outer corner of my eyes. Since this color is darker than any of the other shades on my eyes, I make sure to blend in very well so there's no harsh lines. Then I repeat this step to the other eye and double check that everything looks even and blended. Next, I take that same shadow, Imagination, but this time using a crease brush from Sephora. I run this color along the bottom of my lower lash line, and as you can see, I'm still focusing the shadow on the outer corner of my eye. This helps elongate my eye and get that sexy cat eye effect. Next, I use the Palladio Herbal Eyeliner in Pure Black. I run this liner on my waterline to make this eye look more dramatic. After the eyeliner, I go on with the Fireball shadow from Urban Decay and the crease brush from Sephora. I use these to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. This helps tie together my eye look and finish it off. Now for my lashes, I use this mascara called Super Lash Mascara and a Revlon Lash Curler. First, I curl both of my lashes, then apply a couple coats of the mascara. Side note, I'm actually really in love with this mascara. It's found in random little stores and is super inexpensive for only like $2 or $3. The way that the brush is designed, it helps makes my lashes look super long. And for that contour that gives me life, I use that Kat Von D shade and light palette and this no-name MAC brush that I've had forever. I take the darkest two shades from the contour portion of this palette and apply blending from around the tip of my ear to my mid-cheek. I have such huge cheeks, so I always go heavy-handed on my cheek contour to slim them out a bit. And after my cheeks, I gotta go in and contour that delightful double chin of mine. No, but seriously, no shame in my game. I do what I gotta do. After contouring, I go on with this big face brush from Sephora, and I make sure that I blend everything out. I do not really like harsh lines on my contour. To finish cleaning off my contour, I go on with the lightest highlight shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and the Sephora foundation brush. Next, I use the Sephora highlight in Stardust and an angled face brush from Face Secrets. I brush this product on my cheekbones, chin, nose, and forehead just to add some shimmer to my face. Then I use some bronzer from Milani in the shade Bellissimo Bronze. I love to use this bronzer as my blush. It's my favorite bronzer. I go back in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette and take the shade Vermeer with a fluffy blending brush from Face Secrets. And I finish off my highlight. I apply this shadow on the top of my cheekbones, nose, cupid's bow, brow bone, and a bit between my brows. Next, I go in with my Sephora face brush and blend everything on my face. And now it's time for my lips. For my lips, I will be using Palladio Velvet Matte Cream Lip Color in Damask and this purple lip liner. First, I line my lips to help prevent the cream lip color from bleeding. Lastly, I apply the Velvet Matte Lip Cream. This lip product does not dry out my lips like other matte lip products and is extremely long wear. This here completes my makeup look.
Cookie cutter, not picture perfect, unexpected, but I'm worth it. Good exposure to this life. If that's what you like, explore your thoughts, stop acting scared. I can see you.
So yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed watching my video, and please subscribe to my channel and add me on Instagram and Twitter. They are all at xdarlingbellesa. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.
A lot of purple too. This one? Ew, no.